Now it's time for Brad's Tech and Tone Tips.
TikTok, it's time to rock. Welcome to the channel, folks. Welcome to the second show of the year, and we aren't ranking the tracks, but it's a pleasure because I think this is the first time the Backdoor Man has been on the channel for the year. Is that correct?
Yes. Happy 2025, everyone. Obviously, there's been a lot.
Gracefully lax.
Yes, been away on a holiday, a family holiday. Oh,
Nice.
it was a working holiday at the start of it, but no, it's great to be back, guys. Great to be back. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for reminding me that we had this show scheduled. And if people aren't aware, last week we got together with John ZD351 and we did a bit of a solidarity show for Nerd Halen, also known as Caleb. And Brad, boy, you were persistent. You tried, bro. I was watching. You know, obviously you tried to get on, bro.
Oh, look, let's just say it was like an unfortunate thing being up there. The internet's not great at the best of times, but there was a lightning storm the day before. Hit a massive electricity power station there. Blew out a lot of the Wi-Fi everywhere around town. So it took forever to get, because it's a bit of a holiday resorty sort of location. It's not like in the middle of like a city. So to get parts from
Queensland. It's Queensland after all, bro.
Yeah, well, to get parts from Brisbane, apparently the service guys couldn't get parts immediately. It took nearly a week for them to get the internet right. But
do they have running water up there, bro? Running water and asphalt on there.
Yeah. Asphalt most roads, yeah.
Okay.
But I tried to get on. I was persistent, and I thought I got on at one stage because I saw, the screen pop up with the swirly lights. I was like, I think I'm on, but didn't quite make it. But the purpose of jumping on was really just to between sets. I had 3 sets of music I was playing in the afternoon shift, and the purpose was to jump on and support Caleb through what he was going through and what you guys were doing at that time. So thank you guys for doing that show for Caleb. It's certainly a very hard thing to sit back and watch from the other side of the world what's going on. I know here in Australia we've had many big bushfires that have claimed a lot of homes, a lot of lives even, and it's very hard to watch and sit back and not do anything. So I encourage everyone, maybe it's a good opportunity to throw a little screen up, Andrew, and maybe present that GoFundMe page for Caleb. And I highly encourage everyone to get on board and support Caleb through this. We're trying to get him to 100,000 or more, so he's doing really well. But 58 there, which is fantastic. But that's, as you guys discussed live last week, Andrew and Simon, that that's nowhere near enough to help someone that's been through what they've been through. So let's see what everyone else can do moving forward. If you can make a second donation, if you can afford to, or third donation moving forward, depending on what your circumstances are, please give it a shot. See what you can do.
Give it a whirl.
The smallest little bit can certainly help. That's all, because if everyone did a small bit, it's all going to add up. So and much love and prayers and everything to Caleb and his family and everyone that's suffering in the fires over there.
No, thousands
Very
of people, tens of thousands of people. So
yeah, very very hard to sit back and watch, isn't it? You know, it's devastating.
it is.
Yeah, but yeah, Caleb, our prayers and thoughts are with you, mate. And you know, if this little channel can do something to help, we will. Let us know.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, we'll just continue doing our small part here. Simon, folks in the chat, the Rock Professor will be doing a shout out. We've got a couple of people here hanging out with us, but we made a commitment. Every show that we do, we're going to highlight Brad, his GoFundMe.
Yep.
And you know, like we said last week, Simon, if somebody watches us on replay and sees that, and Caleb gets $30, we've done our job.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
Hey, Mike.
very very difficult time for Caleb and everyone over there going through all that. So yeah, very difficult to watch. There's no words, actually. I've got no words for it. You know, watching what's being televised and what I scroll through on social media every day, it's certainly makes your stomach turn, thinking that there's people there that are losing everything like Caleb did. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and you've hit the nail on the head too, because you know, here in New Zealand we don't get forest fires or bushfires, as Brad called it, and but you know, for a long time, because we have that close connection with Australia, we've been following in our news over the years the devastating bushfires you guys have had over the years. You know, where whole communities have been lost. You know, remember that big one that they had about, was it 10, 15 years ago? It was yeah, you know, it was just
Ash Friday, they call it. Yeah,
that's
Black Friday, they called it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Black Friday, they called it here. It was absolutely devastating, and you know, to watch, you know, everything unfolding. It's sickening it makes you sick to your stomach watching it, and knowing that there's not a lot you can do, and without getting into conspiracies, it's hard to watch some of the stuff that's happening in the background, and you know, it's very hard to watch. So all we can do is offer our support.
Yeah, thank you, bro. And I know that you wanted to do that publicly on our channel here. You know, and the connection that we have with Caleb, folks, I'm going to reiterate this again. You know, we have a solid connection with Caleb because, you know, we were party to him when he was on another channel talking about how he was planning his band Nerd Halen, and how he wanted to form this band with this idea. And a lot of us saw that thinking, you know, live on that show. And we were fortunate, weren't we, to have Caleb come on a couple of live streams with us, you know, and do a really, really nice shout out to us, and, you know, helped our channel, bro.
100%. It's part of our community. 100%. I mean, the times we've had him on have been very warming. Caleb's a very well-spoken gentleman, and great to listen to. His stories about how he got to meet Ed and everything like that were, you know, mind-blowing, really, for someone like me sitting here in Australia. You know, to actually think you can get the opportunity like he did. But for, you know, he's done an amazing job with Nerd Halen. But it's been, you know, very hard to sit back and watch what's happening, unfolding there for everyone in LA. So yeah, but Caleb, we wish you nothing but you know, all the best for everything moving forward, and you know, our prayers and thoughts are with you right now, as I said before. You know, but yeah, he's been a big part of our channel, and a big contributor to our growth as well, Andrew and Simon.
Yeah, for sure.
Big
let's hope he gets
big time
back on his feet ASAP, really. But going to be. I mean, I saw some film. He some film of the devastation of things. It's not going to. That's not going to be replaced in 5 minutes.
No.
And as
No.
I think he said, it won't be the same kind of community. It'll be a different thing. What they build will be different and stuff. So.
Yeah. I'll save my thoughts on all that stuff because I don't want to get too political or anything like that. But
well, yeah, me too. But I will say this: hello, high density housing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got some good news to talk about on the channel as well. As well as other talking about Caleb's situation, folks, as well. So next week we've got the first of the ranking of the tracks, Brad and Simon. So we look forward to that. We've got a couple of thoughts for the channel over the year too that we're going to do. We're looking forward to doing a Led Zeppelin show when that film comes out, guys. Becoming Led Zeppelin, which is due out. Are we going to go and see the Bob Dylan film? I'm going to go and hopefully see it this week. So I'd love to catch up with you guys and do a rundown on the Bob Dylan film because I'm excited to see it. Do you have plans to go and see it, Brad? And then I'll ask the Rock Professor.
I am going to go and watch it. I'll have to make it a priority. I'll find out what cinema. Hopefully, it's at one of my favorite cinemas locally, so I can just go and watch it there. But 100%, and I will be, chasing down because IMAX here in Victoria doesn't exist. So for the Led Zeppelin one, I think there's a couple of select cinemas here in Melbourne that are going to be playing that. I think one of them is the Casino cinema. So I'm going to go watch that as well there. So we can do obviously I'm very excited to watch both. So that'll be, to actually do it and then do a show based around that would be great. 100%.
Yeah, can't wait. Wait. Simon, do you have plans to go and see the Bob Dylan film?
Currently, I was discussing this with Caroline. I'm kind of in two minds about it because I think my problem is going to be that I know a lot about it, right? And that's going to annoy me. I know one thing that's going to annoy me already, and that's they've inserted the Judas thing into the Newport Folk Festival. Well, that which never happened. But so it's like. How much is it going to annoy me because I'm just going to know that there's going to be all these things like Johnny Cash didn't play at the Newport Folk Festival, and apparently in the film he does. I understand it's a film and it's not, but it's the sort of thing where when you know a lot of stuff, those sort of the deviation from the facts for dramatic effect can be quite annoying. So I will go and see it. I'll have to go this weekend and see if I
think we have to. I think we have to. Yeah, I think we have to when you consider the. I think the role it's going to present with the next generation of young people coming through, and we know that Bob Dylan was important in putting seeds and foundations for the rock and roll movement that came after him in that mid-60s period, Brad, which was really, really important. So, I'm keen to see it. But look, I'm like the Rock Professor. What film haven't we seen? The Bird film about Gillespie, not Gillespie.
Charlie Parker.
Charlie Parker. Full of inaccuracies. The 2005 film on Johnny Cash, full of inaccuracies. So it's Hollywood. Yeah.
Am I being too precious? Yes, probably. Probably. And that Elvis Presley film that came out a couple of years ago, Brad, there was some artistic license in that as well as a lot of truth, but there was some artistic license. It was the first time we actually got the truth on camera about how much of a scumbag Tom Parker was.
Yeah. Well,
I think that was pretty
One of my
good,
favorite movies that were based around a musician was the Doors one with Val Kilmer, and that's not 100% accurate, but it's still a good watch. You know what I mean?
Not
It's still
bad. I watch it
yeah,
once a year.
yeah,
Watch it once a year, bro.
I'm,
It's not bad.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to that. So we'll get together and we'll be having a conversation on these two films. And also, obviously, there's a couple of celebrations that we were talking about in the green room beforehand. We definitely know that Jimmy Page, Brad, and Simon celebrated a birth. How old is he? 80?
81.
81. I was going to say 82. Yeah, 82, 80, 81?
Yeah, 1944 he was born. January 9th,
My
1944.
gosh.
I know.
Starts to get worrying, isn't it, when they're all in their 80s?
I know.
You know?
But he's good bill of health. You know what I mean? He seems to be out and about doing a lot, travels a lot. He does a lot. He's still relevant. You know, I mean, he's not playing, but he's still doing a lot. You know, he was obviously just recently at Ringo's album release. Clapton was there. It was pretty cool to see the photos of that. I was actually smiled at that because I thought you very rarely see a photo of Jimmy Page and Eric Clapton together these days. You know, and there was a photo of them together, which I thought was very cool. You know, floating around.
Yeah. And Mick Taylor's birthday as well.
Yes, Mick Taylor's birthday. What was he? Was it 70? What was he? 70?
78?
78, 76, 78. Yep. Yeah. And, you know, as Simon says, Mick Taylor is the only. What do you say, Simon, about the Rolling Stones with Mick Taylor?
Well, everybody knows that the Rolling Stones with Mick Taylor and it's the best version in all the books.
Yeah.
You know, and that.
Well,
you know, it all went downhill after that when new boy Ronnie Wood joined. It was
poor Ronnie.
I'll remind you, has only been in the Rolling Stones for 50 years this year.
Still the new guy. Still the new guy.
Still a new boy.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, the new guy on this channel has got a cool T-shirt too, Andrew. So thanks for this.
Hold on, bro.
Cool t-shirt.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Got a model.
It's pretty cool,
Look
huh?
at those guns. Look at those guns.
It's a pretty cool T-shirt. I really dig it. Yeah, I dig it.
Good on you, bro.
Dig it.
Nice.
It's very cool.
Finally glad it turned up. Because
Yeah.
there was a bit of a story behind that. I don't know if people know that, but we ordered it and they tried to deliver it to Brad's original address, half a dozen times because he got the tracking.
Yeah.
So I think after about the 9th attempt, I just went back to the people and said, look, what's going on here? And they issued a refund straight away. So as soon as the refund came through, I got another address from Brad and said, well, look, let's try another address. Ordered it and sent it, and you got it within, 2 weeks, bro?
Yeah, 2 weeks. And it's a cool T-shirt, yeah? I mean, it looks great. Anyway, make sure you order one, guys. Make sure you order one.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any way, Andrew, as you're in contact with the coach, is there any way you can work out whether selling them in the northern hemisphere is a good idea too? Because currently I can't buy a T-shirt. See, I'd love to buy a T-shirt, but I can't buy one because it's the only thing that's available in the north for me is the mug.
Well, what I may do, and a couple of other people have sent me messages too about that as well, Rock Professor. So I can take that design, obviously, or any design you want, and we can find another distributor, a Northern Hemisphere distributor, and attach them to the stores. So we'll do that. It's just I haven't been, focused really over the last couple of weeks. I've been on, but I definitely will. I'm back to work tomorrow. Fuck. uh,
Oh,
yeah, but thank you, Simon, for alerting me to that. But yeah, we'll set up a store that's attached to the channel on the on the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to you going back to work as well.
Thanks. I'll go back
Stop
to
posting
mine.
those disgraceful New Zealander sandwiches that you were posting earlier. Marmite and crisps.
That's a delicacy here, bro.
The height of culinary wizardry.
It's a delicacy.
Heston Blumenthal is looking to his laurels.
But yeah, we're looking forward to yeah, shit, the time time goes fast, doesn't it? It wasn't only seemed like yesterday that I'd knocked off work. So you were at Hamilton Island, bro. If you were following Brad on Instagram, and if people aren't aware of where you can follow Brad, there he is there. There's some Instagram accounts. Brad Cook Music, Simon Williams 33, ZD351 Music, and Zach Zedris. Go and follow those guys. But yeah, what were you doing in Hamilton Island? You know, you look like you're having too much fun, bro.
It was work. It was work. I went up there for two shows, big shows. So 3 sets per day, 1 hour sets. So 3 hours of playing. Wow. It was a good setup. It was. I should have probably sent you a couple of fit photos and whatnot, but it was a good setup. That behind the bar was the stage. So a strange setup. We all had in-ears.
Behind the bar?
Yeah, behind the bar. And it was the first time I've used in-ears completely. Like I've tried them before and always kept like one ear in, one out so I can still hear. But basically the drum kit was electronic and then everything else was pretty directional. I had a guitar amp, but I was using the Helix as well. And so I had a pretty much like a front of house mix in my ears. And so the bar people can still hear people, you know, probably ordering. And then the speakers were above the bar, in front of the bar. So the front of house is going directly in front of the bar. So the people at the bar can probably still hear what's being ordered. It was a very cool little setup. And then there was a little island stage off to the side, but across the road was a beach, basically. So, yeah, it was beautiful.
Outdoor, was it, Brad? Outdoor?
Outdoor undercover, like a beer garden type setup. And tables, seating, so you can order food, that sort of thing, with a little area for people to get up and boogie after a few too many. And but it was a very cool experience to do. And I think, you know, fingers crossed, they'll rebook us. So that'll be great. That'll be fantastic to get back up there and do it. But I stuck around for 5 odd days afterwards as well, which with my partner, my son and her daughter came up and we hung out like a family, which is very cool. And they all had a great time. So again, it's hard to, you know, go and have a holiday and enjoy things when you see things around the world going on that are tragedies. But, you know, it's not like we do it every day of the year. So we had to try and make the most of it. And, you know, the swimming and all that sort of stuff and enjoying ourselves and going on day trips. And you know, it was great fun. It was great fun. It was a good trip. And then we flew back last night. Got back late last night, and yeah, it was, by the time I got home, it was nearly midnight. So yeah, very hot, very hot up there. I don't think they've had weather like that for a long time, fair few years apparently. All the locals were like, "Wow, you couldn't have picked it any better." Every day was over, you know, 38, 40 something degrees Celsius. So it was very hot. I got a little bit of a sunburn going on, but did our best to, you know, to avoid the burn, and I kept the sunscreen on and the zinc, like very Aussie, had the zinc on, and it was fun. It was good. It was a good trip, and you know, I was working before I went up there back at work. So I started back at work on the 3rd of January. So I had a week off and back to work again tomorrow. So back to reality. In fact, I actually went into work this morning because I had to check out a few things that were, you know, notifications of things that were not right. So I had to go in there and I was like, find out what damage.
Fix it, man. The fix it, man.
And then plan a little bit.
Fix it, man.
Yeah.
Brad,
And then
fix it, man. Yeah.
And plan what's to be done, you know, tomorrow. So we've got a big week ahead of me. Unfortunately, I've got maybe 2 weeks before the kids start back, and they're going to be very busy weeks. Let's put it that way. But thanks for asking, Andrew. The trip was wonderful, and the gig was fantastic. And if anyone is up that end of the world, Airlie Beach Hotel was a great venue, and they have a lot of live acts there.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they've got what was it? A Cold Chisel tribute playing there this week, I think it is. And so yeah, you go and support live music and go and watch some live bands up there at Airlie Beach Hotel. Sit there with a nice cold drink and put some alcohol in it if you wish, and enjoy yourselves.
I see our mate Zach Zedris has been gigging too. He's if you follow Zach, and remember folks, I just put those banners up, so you should be following Zach.
Yeah.
But he's been gigging too, bro. So he's been busy, lad.
Yep. Oh, he's one of the most sought after guitar players in Australia. So of course he's going to be busy, you know. So yeah, it's good to see. Good to see. And yeah, same as Simon Hosford. He's almost missing in action because he's that busy. He's in the bunkers.
Well, yeah. And look, I'm glad that you mentioned Zach, because we've been fortunate to have him on the show, Simon, haven't we, a few times? You know, hell of a nice guy, really humble guy.
Yeah.
Humble guy. And as Brad said, you know, you can sort of you forget sometimes that he's one of Australia's premier guitar players.
Yeah, he's one of the most sought after guys in Melbourne, but he's a very loyal guitarist. When he gets into the knack, he'll just pretty much stick with them and thick and thin, you know. I actually got my gig in Rewind 80s because he managed to get a gig with the band Chocolate Starfish, and that I was filling in for him in Rewind 80s, and the filling just became ongoing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it works, bro. That's the way it works. So, before we go, to guys, let me mention to you that
yes.
So something arrived last Monday, so it's been consuming my time.
Yes. Are you going to show it now, or are you going to do a show?
Oh yeah, I might as well. Yeah, hold on.
Do a little presentation. Hey, hey, Andrew, in honor of Caleb, isolate, please.
Okay, all right. So here it is, folks. Here we have an EB3 2019 short scale Gibson bass.
Gibson.
And I have to tell you, it's incredible.
Wow.
Just absolutely incredible. If you remember, I bought a cheap Japanese one that just had that front pickup, guys, before Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I thought that had nailed the tone, Brad and Simon, but the crucial element, because I'm a tone chaser, you know, the crucial element to you know, Jack Bruce as an example for his live tone is this pickup here too, Brad.
Yeah.
Crucial.
Unreal.
So did you route it out? Did you get it routed out and then put the second pickup in?
No, this is brand new off the shelf.
The Gibson one comes with that, Simon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well done, Andrew. Congratulations, mate.
Nice.
You should do
40 years.
Wow. You should do a little clip for our YouTube channel on that, Andrew.
Got 100%. 100%. I put some flat. The only thing that I did to this is I put some flats. I took those horrible round standard, because I don't like them. And one of the things that Jack Bruce and a lot of those early guys used, they used flats as well. This is slightly thicker, so I've ordered some labellas which are a gauge thinner. That's one of the ones that the size that Jack Bruce and Andy Fraser were using, and it just helps because if you're a guitar player, you're used to using doing a vibrato anyway, so just having those thinner ones. So I'm intrigued to see how I should get those in the next couple of days. So I'm going to whack them on and see if they make a difference.
Beautiful.
But that short scale, guys, is the crucial element to getting that early or that cream or that free sound. You can't, in my opinion, get it on a 34-inch scale bass, Brad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Arvin.
Yeah. Congrats, mate. That's
thanks,
great
Alan.
bass,
And
mate.
And no issues with it being a Chinese one at all. It's absolutely fine.
No, this is made in America.
Oh, it's an American one. I think you said you bought a Chinese one.
No. So you might remember before Christmas,
Sorry,
I brought
here.
I brought a Japanese one that I showed, which only had that pickup on it.
Right. Oh,
and I thought, yeah, which is here somewhere, tossed in the corner. And I thought that gave a close approximation to that, Cream Live sound. But this pickup alone won't do that. You need this. You need that bridge pickup, and very happy.
That's got an
Gibson.
American one. Yeah.
Gibson, brother.
Yeah.
New one or second hand?
Brand new.
Brand new.
And the only reason why is
Local music.
because they just don't come up.
Yeah.
I could have bought 20 P basses, 20 jazz basses, 20 Stingray, Warwick basses, the ones that Jack Bruce was using with the big long thumb, that the bass player from Metallica uses. Untold.
Yeah.
But if you want the EB3, it's G, bro.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Nice.
Yeah, well done.
Cheers,
Done.
mate.
Congratulations, mate. That's a great buy. That's a great buy. I bet you when you opened that one and plugged it in, you were smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah. 100%. I've got a P bass here as well. P basses are great, for playing just about everything. You can't go wrong with a P bass. And I would recommend that to anybody. If anybody's, and I'm not saying that I'm a bass player, but if anybody, and you can buy good Chinese copies of P basses now. Vintage brand do a really, really nice P bass called the Vintage Icon series, which is really, really good. $650 here in New Zealand, and I know guys that gig with that. They just whip out the pickups, put some Damasio's in, and just play it. And that's their gigging bass guitars. And you can't go wrong with it. But later on, when you start, tone chasing and looking for something else, well, then you realize, that you have to get other things, don't you? That's why you can't. Brad and Simon, that's why a Gibson Les Paul player will always get a Strat, because he can't get a Strat tone from a Gibson Les Paul. He can come close to it.
Yeah, it's you if you're after a Strat tone and you want to play a Strat, like to get that sort of tonality, you can get it. You can get a close sound out of a Les Paul for a Strat, but it's not a Strat tone. It's if you A/B it, it's light and shades apart. It still gets you in the ballpark. In a gigging scenario, you can call tap a humbucker to get that sort of stratty tone, but you really, if you want to track, if you're recording, for example, you really want to record Strat tone with a Stratocaster. You can't get that tone without it.
No, it's I think you could do a telly kind of tone, can't you? That's a bit you can, if you Les Paul. I mean, I don't have a Les Paul, but I have that Chapman gold with the seamless. That's very telly-like. Actually,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
not. It's quite bright and quite punchy. The things. I'll answer this. Sorry, you've been using it. I've got to, just so everyone knows, I'll just go over this. I've got to have some neck surgery because I have a C5, C6 issue with my thing. The issue is not actually, I don't have any pain in my neck, my back. The issue is that the signals that go to my legs don't work very well. So it's a kind of it looks like it's a kind of balance thing almost, that it doesn't. So I could have. I'm very unsteady on my feet unless I be very careful. Mark Tanner, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, Mark. Long time no see.
Yeah. Hope you're well. King of the cover versions. Mark does some lovely stuff.
Oh, yeah. Go and check out his channel, folks, if you haven't already done so. Please.
Does some lovely stuff. But yeah, so I'm quite wobbly on my feet and kind of I've sort of quite often use a stick, which is a very bad idea. So my physiotherapist said, "Oh, using a bloody stick," and so I've got at some point I've got an appointment in a month to discuss it with the surgeon and stuff, and see how that goes. But it's basically my legs don't work. The best way I can describe it is that if when you tap your foot to music, you can go tick tick, can't you? I can only do it about this speed. It doesn't go any faster than that, which clearly means that there's no muscular issue. There's no lack of strength in the legs. It's the signals going from the brain. They haven't found a brain. That's the trouble.
We all wish you the best with the surgery, Simon, when it goes ahead. So I'm sure you'll keep us in the loop. Yeah, keep us in the loop.
I'll go live my hospital bed.
Like you're drunk, yeah. Come on, like you're drunk.
Yeah. I've been like normal.
Good to see Mark in the chat too. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm just going to highlight Mark there, folks. So, John, can you do us a favor? Can you flick Mark's channel in the chat? Most people here should be members of his channel, but Mark's always releasing stuff on his channel, guys.
Yeah, he does fantastic cover versions of songs. So, yeah.
All right, guys.
Really good.
So I'm just looking at the time. We're a little bit over 30 minutes, so we just want to make sure that we got together as a group to talk about Caleb in particular. And I know that Brad wanted to get together with us to pass on his concern and thoughts. Something we like to do as a community, isn't it, guys? Because we met on YouTube. We met that guy on YouTube, Simon. So so it'll be part of our duty over the next little while to talk about Caleb.
100%. And let's see what we can do as a channel. Let's see what we can do.
And we'll keep you updated with the Rock Professor, with what's happening with him. And we ask and invite you to keep him in your thoughts and in your prayers, please, over the next couple of weeks, especially. That would be really, really cool if you can do that. And Simon, have you got the chat up? You want to do, because we didn't say a hi. So maybe before we pull the pin, it might be really nice of you to
give him a shout out. Well, Mark,
to say hi, bye.
It's fantastic to see you, Mark, and I hope you're well. And enjoy your cover versions of things. So if you haven't subscribed to Mark's channel, go and subscribe and check it out. He's does fantastic stuff. Greg Roberts Tune, nice to see you, Greg, and
Thanks,
Arvin
John.
as well. It's Arvin's got a slip disc as well, so he's so I hope that gets better. Arvin, we don't want any of that. John ZD351, good to see you, man. And Ellen, of course, Ellen. I hope you're well, Ellen. And,
Hey,
going
Alan.
all right with you? Who else we got? Arvin, Ellen, Greg, Gret Zeppelin, of course. All the Grets, hope you're well. Phil Byers as well. Earlier on, we had Phil dropped in, say hi.
G'day, Phil.
Yeah, good day, Phil. I think that's everyone who made comments. Great. Yeah. Oh, Michael as well. Michael also from sunny New York. Michael, I hope you're well. Hope you've gone to bed. It's 3 o'clock in the morning there. Already got in from the gig. He's pretty prolific on the gigging front, is young Michael.
Yeah, hell of a nice guy, isn't he? We were lucky to have him on the channel a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Just to remind you guys about what's happening on the channel too. So Bob has reached out to us to jump on. We were supposed to do a few shows with Bob last year, but it's a little bit difficult, folks. I'll be upfront and honest with you. You know, we have this time schedule set aside weekly, and it works well for the Rock Professor, works well for Brad and I, you know, and obviously a lot of people in the chat. And then sometimes with our Van Halen guys, we go live Saturday lunchtime here in New Zealand for the Van Halen guys, which fits into the American guys being Friday evening, Brad and Simon. So those times kind of work well for me personally. But when you're trying to work with other people to try and negotiate times and stuff like that, it's just gets a little bit difficult. So that's the reason why we never had Bob on earlier. So Bob, if you are watching, we are mindful, and we will definitely be doing something with him over the next 4-6 weeks, guys, to get him on. Brad, you probably won't come on because it'll be early here on a Saturday morning here. So you know, unless you're going to get up at 6 o'clock, bro, and I don't want you doing that. So
I'll see how it goes. It all depends on whether I'm gigging or not, but we'll see.
Okay.
I see. So you mean it's fine? I'm fine for me to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, but Brad, it's too much for Brad.
Brad's working.
Everybody knows. Hey, Simon, everyone knows I'm a vampire, mate. Everyone knows.
Apparently the excuse is you're working. Like I've never worked. I'm becoming increasingly outraged by this.
And we're also going to get Richard Fox on, who is one of New Zealand's premier, well, actually not New Zealand, one of the world's premier Rolling Stones collectors. And how many Rolling Stone gigs has he been to? Under 100 gigs, you know, 70 Rolling Stones gigs. So he's been wanting to come on and talk about some exploits that he's done recently and some exploits that he's got coming up. So, and that's a little bit easier for us to work out because we can do that midweek, Brad and Simon. We've done that with him before, so that's just a little bit easier. But you know, yeah, like I say, you know, yeah, scheduling people isn't that easy.
No,
it
especially they're busy and stuff.
Can be a challenge, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, Simon Hosford is clearly wildly busy. We'd like to have Simon come back on and update us on what he's been doing and you know, what he's like. That would be fun. Simon, if you watch, we're open for business.
See, the thing is with Simon, he's okay on a Tuesday morning. You know that, so right. Because he's a full-time musician, so Tuesdays, but I'm at work. So you know, you know, so you know that's the problem we have. That's
yeah. That's the joys of it all, isn't it?
Well, you got it, bro.
Well, you know, I'm pleased that you know musicians are out there busy getting on with their stuff and things. You know, and that's great. You know, things are back to normal after the after the pandemic years and all of that, when it all crashed to a halt and things. So, if you're a musician getting out there, making a living, hats off to you. Absolutely.
Good question, John. We should reach out to him and ask him if he's doing anything, and he might want to promote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Brad, flick him a message, bro.
Will do. I've already planned in my head to send him a message this week. It's been too long, and I'm going to try and do a terrorist attack to his house. And
You have to turn up at one of his gigs.
yeah, I'll turn up to his place. I'll turn up. I'll be like, this is long overdue, my friend.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Rock Professor,
All right,
thank you for letting everybody know what's happening with you as far as your health is concerned. So we urge you, please, to keep the Rock Professor and in your thoughts and prayers, please, over the next couple of weeks. Brad, look forward to talking to you next week to celebrate you getting back to work for a full week, and myself. So, and we can give the Rock Professor a little bit of shit about sitting in enjoying his retirement. Or was it the other way around? He gives us shit because we're back at work.
John's already been on my case about it. Calling me a smug bastard. Going on.
Yeah.
I think it's deserved. Actually, I need to be kept in my place. Getting too smug.
Be well, Simon. Nice message from Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Great to see you. Yeah, thanks so much.
You well.
So we look forward to we're doing
we're doing Bok Tilly Drop, Raikuda.
Rock Professor's going to kick that off.
Irakuda.
Yes.
Bye, Alan.
Looking forward to it, guys. Bye, everyone in the chat.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you next week. Yeah, have a good week. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Take it away,
bye-bye.
Ta-ta.